morning student, myself Anjum Abbasi. I am working in Calcutta's University as assistant professor. So today I am going to take your class on introduction of human anatomy. Subject is anatomy and physiology and subject code is 001. So what we are going to learn here, we will be discussing here anatomical position, discipline of anatomy, anatomical directional terminologies and body organization, plan of axis and body system. So after taking the lecture, you will be able to introduce anatomical position, discipline of anatomy. You can enlist anatomical direction terminologies. You can describe body organization. You can discuss plans of axis and you can explain body system. So student, what do you mean by the anatomy? So we can say is the study of the structure of body parts and their relationship of one another. So anatom word is made up of ana plus tome. So ana means up and tome means cutting. So anatomy, there are different classes under which we are learning anatomy in the different sections. So it may be gross anatomy, macroscopic, histology and microscopic anatomy. So first one, we will be discussing particular to the topic, that is the anatomical position. So we can say body is erect position, feet together, palms will face forward and the thumbs point towards the body. Next is discipline of anatomy. So under the gross anatomy, what we will be learning structure which is studied with the naked eye, means that will be considered as gross anatomy. Next is the systemic anatomy. So systematic anatomy is organized by system, means we are studying here the different system of your body, for example digestive, nervous and endocrine system. Next is regional anatomy. So study of all structure in an area of the body, for example upper extremities, bone, muscles, blood vessels, etc. Next is microscopic anatomy. So this is known as histology. Next is cell biology, developmental anatomy. This is known as embryology and pathological anatomy, radiological anatomy, under which we are discussing X-ray, CT and MRI. Next is the level of structural organization. So how human life came into existence, so we need to learn that. So biochemicals, so under which we can say atoms and molecules. Then after that it will be coming to the next stage, that will be known as cellular. Then composition and compilation of the cells when they are working together will turns into the tissue, and when tissue level will works together and finding a common goals, means they are working for a particular function of your body, that will be particular to the organ, and when the organs work together they are making organ system, and ultimately in the last there is a development of organism, means the body. Next student, we need to say anatomical directional terminology. Directional in the sense in what position human being is standing and what position he is maintaining, based on that we need to learn. So first one is the superior. So what does it mean? Means the part of above another or closer to the head is known as the superior, and in medical terms the term superior will termed as cranial. Next is inferior. So inferior, particular to the anatomical terms when we are talking about, means the part which is below another or towards the feet is known as caudal. Next is median. So it relates to the imaginary midline. So imaginary midline in the sense the midline which is dividing the body into two equal half, right half and the left half. So how we can say this is a midline? So we can divide from our nasal point. So we can consider that nose is the part of our body which is located at the between portion of your face. So we will be dividing the imaginary line from the nose. Next is the lateral. Lateral means towards the side with respect to the imaginary midline. So for example, just now we have discussed midline is the imaginary line which is considering just above the nose, which is dividing your body into right half and the left half equally. Okay. So what we will be considering imaginary midline means the line which is laterally towards your midline. It may be middle to the left, it may be middle to the right. Okay. So it will be right medial lateral and it will be left medial lateral. Hope you will be getting this. Next is the ipsilateral and contralateral. Contralateral. So what do you mean by the ipsilateral? So student, the organ which is lying at the same side of your body is known as the ipsilateral. For example, spleen and descending colon are at the same side. Okay. So we can say these are the ipsilateral, means same side. These are the ipsilateral. Next is the contralateral. So refers to the opposite side. Spleen and gallbladder are the contralateral, we can say. Next is proximal and distal. So how you will be learning this? We can say is used to describe the part that is closer to the trunk of the body or closer to another specified point of reference than another part. So we can say this is proximal. For example, the elbow is proximal to the wrist, means this is closer. So we can say elbow is proximal to the wrist. Next is distal. So it means that a particular body part that is farther from the trunk. So distal is just opposite to the proximal. So distal in the sense particular part which is just away from the trunk, or farther means maintaining a distance from another specified point of reference. Okay, for example, finger are distal to the wrist. Okay, so you can see, you can learn elbow is proximal to the wrist, means above. Okay, and maintaining a distance. So elbow is proximal to the wrist and finger are distal to the wrist. Next is superficial and deep. So it means situated near the surface. So peripheral also means outward or near the surface, and deep in the sense the skin. For example, we can understand like skin is superficial to the skeletal muscle because it is covering the skeletal muscle, whereas the lungs are deep inside the skin. So we can say lungs are situated deeply to the skin. Next, we will be learning here different anatomical position. First one is prone. So when human body lying and facing downward, stomach is lying, means when the back is up and stomach is lying and the face is lying down, we can say the human body is placing in the prone position. Hope you will be getting it. Next is supine position. So supine position in the sense human body is lying down in a flat surface on the back side and the face is facing upside, that is supine position. Next is dorsal. So dorsal relating to the back, being or located near or toward the back. So it may be posterior part or upper surface of the ventral. Next is ventral. So we can say ventral relating to the belly or abdomen or towards the front anterior part of the volar. So volar in the sense we can say related to palm of the hand or sole of the foot. So this part we can say volar. Next is the plantar. So it is relating to the sole of under surface. So it's just opposite to the volar. It's just opposite to the volar. Next is regional terms. So regional terms in the sense we are dividing the body into different sections. So we have divided into two parts. First is the axial part and second is the appendicular part. So axial part in the sense which is involving head, neck and the trunk. That is known as axial part in anatomical terms. Second is appendicular part. So it includes limbs which are attached to the body axis. So appendicular part in the sense your upper and lower body extremities will come. Next is the body organization. So student, as we know, body is organized from biochemical molecules which has been turned into the cells, then compilation of the cells turns into the tissue. When these tissues are compiled and working together, then turns into the organs, and that organs working on for a particular physiological function of your body is coming out. It will be we can say organism. Okay, so next we will be learning body organization, which is we will be learning here body cavities. So body cavities in the sense hollow part of your body or hollow organ, something which is occupying some space to carry something inside is known as the body cavity. So we can say hollow spaces within the human body that contain internal organs is known as body cavities. So firstly we will be discussing dorsal cavity. Dorsal cavity located toward the back of the body and is divided into the cranial cavity. Cranial cavity, you know, which holds the brain, and the vertebral and spinal cavity which holds the vertebra and spinal cord. Next is the ventral cavity. So located toward the front of the body, is divided into the abdominopelvic cavity and the thoracic cavity by the diagram. So student, if you will see any human body or any skeleton body, you will be seeing below the diaphragm there is a cavity. So the diaphragm is the muscles which is dividing superiorly to your thoracic cavity. If you will see downward of the diaphragm, what you will come to know, there is your abdominal cavity. Got it? So we can say abdominal pelvic cavity is divided into abdominal cavity. So abdominal cavity is what? Which is holding your liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, spleen, kidney, small and large intestine, which is your abdominal cavity. Next is the pelvic cavity. So pelvic cavity holds your urinary bladder and reproductive organ. Next is the we are going to learn the cavity just above the diaphragm. So here we will be learning thoracic cavity. So under the thoracic cavity, we can say it is divided into the pleural cavity and the pericardial cavity. So student, as for your kind knowledge, you already knows that the Thoracic cavity is having your pleural cavity means it's consisting our lungs along with heart. So we can say it is subdivided into pleural cavity and the pericardial cavity. So pleural cavity holds your lungs and pericardial cavity holds the heart. Next is the body membrane. So body membrane, we can say all internal organs are covering with a layer, that is a layer of a tissues, and we can say this is a tissue lining of body cavities and covering of your internal organs. So there are two membrane, we can say parietal membrane and the visceral membrane. So parietal membrane is the lining of body cavity. For example, parietal pleura membrane which lines the pleural cavity, whereas the visceral membrane which is covering the internal organ of visceral pleural membrane, so lies the surface of the lungs, and the same you can just explore, you can see in this picture. Next, student, human body is divided apart from the section, apart from the cavities, into various plants also. So you need to learn what are the plants are there. You are going to explore. So first one we will be discussing sagittal plants. Sagittal plants is the one which is dividing the body into left and right section. So as you can see in the pic, this is the sagittal plant which is dividing the body into the right and the left section. Next is the mid sagittal plant which is also known as the median plant. So it divides the body into equal halves at the midline. Ye wala plant. So which is dividing your body equal half, that is known as the mid sagittal plant. Third one is frontal coronal plant. So it divides the body into anterior and superior, into anterior and posterior sections. You can just imagine and you can just correlate with the pic is exploring here in the slide. And last one is transverse or horizontal plant. So it divides the body into superior and inferior section. This is the same, student. You can say anatomical axis, anterior, posterior, and mediolateral and longitudinal axis. Next is the 11 organ system. So there are different system of your body which are working together to make you as a organism, to make as a human being, and what are the physiology occurring inside your body. That is depend on proper functioning of these 11 organ systems. So these organs are we can say integumentary system, skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, endocrine, digestive, respiratory, circulatory, lymphatic, urinary, and reproductive system. So next we will be subdividing and learn one by one. So reproductive system is mainly involved in transmitting genetic information from one generation to the another. So while remaining 10 organ system are important in maintaining your hemostasis mechanism and your physiological process of the body. So student, in this slide you can just see how particular system looks like. So first one you can say is skeletal and muscular system. So generally we are learning all together and name as musculoskeletal system, but here in this slide we are differentiating. One side you can see the skeletal which is without muscle, so we can say there is a study of bone, and another side that skeletal system is having a core coverage with the muscle, so it is a muscular system. So general function of the system is support and movement. Next you will be seeing integumentary system. So integumentary system is the sense you are learning your skin and its layer, overall body, and the general function is it's a properly covering of your body and it's maintaining your heat regulation, like heat loss and heat production also to your skin. Next is the nervous system. So student, nervous system belongs to your brain and spinal cord, whereas the endocrine system particular to the endocrine, exocrine and mesocrine gland, and these both are integrated together and working with the coordinator. For example, if endocrine system have to work, so endocrine system need to gain message from the hypothalamus, so that particular a particular enzyme or particular juice will be particular secretion will be come out for making the proper physiology of your body. So we can say the working of endocrine system or any system is based on your nervous system. Next is the body region. For example, student, when you are going to physically examine the patient, you need to know the body's various region and various chondrion. Okay, so for your knowledge, I would like to say that abdominal area is divided into 4 chondrium and 9 region. So you can say, you can just explore the slide from it has been divided into 2 horizontal and 2 vertical line, which is making 9 regions here. So we can divide into right hypochondrian, mid one is lumbar, and inferior one is the iliac. So if you will see in between the middle portion of your abdomen, so upper from your belly line is considered as epigastric, and your belly area will considered as umbilical, and below your belly will considered as hypogastric. So just same. So right to the epigastric will be the right hypochondrian, right to the uh, umbilical will be your right lumbar, and right to your hypogastric will be your right iliac, and it will be same to the left. Only it will be turned into the left side of your body. And the need to learn this is so when you are going to physically examine the patient abdominal area, you come to know which area is disease, which area is pain, so that you can correlate which organ is infected or inflamed. Next is the 9 abdominopelvic region. So what I have told you in the last slide, you can just correlate in this slide, student. Here there is a picture, you can easily come to know, and other side there is you can correlate with the internal structure of the body. So this will be very easy for you to learn which area is particular for which group of organs. So as you can see, right hypochondrial region is particular to the liver, gallbladder, and liver and gallbladder alone. And if you will see right lumbar region, you can see ascending colon, small intestine. So like that you can correlate. Next is the common terms and terminology. So student, abdomen, what do you mean by the abdominal? So wherever the abdominal word is coming, you can find out this is the region between the thoracic cavity and pelvic cavity. So this will known as abdomen. Next is antebrachial. Antebrachial in the sense the forearm. So if we are talking about the antebrachial, means we are talking about the forearm. This is the forearm. Next is antecubital. So as you know, antecubital fossa is there. So if you are talking about front part of your elbow, क्या होता है? This is the front part of your elbow. So this will be considered as antecubital fossa, or we are talking about this area. Got it? Next is axillary. So axillary is your armpit or your axilla. Next is brachial. Brachial in the sense upper arm. So if brachial term is coming, means you are talking about upper arm area. Next is celiac. So celiac word is particular to the abdominal organ. Okay, so here you can correlate with the abdomen. Next is the cephalic. So cephalic is particular to the head, cervical is particular to the neck, costal word is particular to the ribs, cubital is particular to the elbow, femoral is particular to the thigh, gluteal is particular to the buttock, and lumbar is particular to the lower back. So student, this lecture was just for the simple introduction of human anatomy, which has been designed for you as a first year student to get better knowledge at the basic level of human anatomy. For that you can refer various books which I have been exploring in the next slide, and here there are certain questions. You can practice this for your self-assessment. So thank you student, happy learning all of you, all the best.